To get to $1 million per month with 50% plus profit margins with your coaching business, it's not completely easy. You have to make sure you have the right mechanics, the right logistics, and the right offers to make this happen. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can structure your back end coaching offers to make $1 million a month with an ascension funnel whilst maintaining high profit margins. Okay. Because there's many coaches out there doing multiple six figures a month as low as 20% profit margins, for example, through webinars. So for context, who I am, my name is Ramez Rasikh. I've been in the info space for the past 3 to 4 years. I've helped multiple coaches across different industries scale their offers to multiple six figures in profit. I'm now taking clients to high 6 and 7 figures per month. Okay. So if you find this video useful, you can book in a call with me down below to see how I would scale your business if you qualify. So to get into it, so first of all, forget which funnel would convert better. Forget how do I make my ads more profitable, and forget how expensive you should make your offers, because when it comes to profit margins, these things, they don't really matter. There's other things that you need to consider and fix first. So today I'm going to be going through how you can stop relying on new leads and customers to grow your profits or your revenue, how to structure your offers so that the LTV increases without killing your margin, how to send clients from, say, a $5,000 upfront offer to a $15,000 offer on the back end naturally, and how to know what offer should come next and how to scale deeper, not wider with your business. So first of all, there are many different offers you can sell, regardless of which type of coach you are. If you're a BizOp coach teaching people how to make money online with UGC, trading, e-commerce, if you're a relationship coach, fitness, health coach, whichever market you're in, whatever type of education company you have, you can sell so many different types of offers. This isn't an exhaustive list, but you can sell the following. So self-paced material, a course, PDF, an ebook, group coaching, one-to-one coaching, and in-person retreats and masterminds. Now, the question is, how do you sell all of these different offers? Where do you price it? And how do you put them together in a way so that you can get to $1 million per month? So what you don't want to do is force students into a new offer just because you want to make more sales. At the end of the day, if there is no market demand for this offer, or if this offer is not providing significant value to the student, then you won't get any sales. Sure, you would launch it, and off the first launch, you might make a bit of sales, but long term, it's going to dry up and you'll need to close the offer. You cannot force students, even though there's something going on in the market right now where they're like these consultants are teaching you to basically give an offer which a student wants. So when they come to a call, if you feel that they're not a right fit for group coaching, not a right fit for buying one of your courses, then you sell them one-to-one coaching. But then if they come to the call and they're a good fit for group coaching, you sell them that. So they give them whatever they want, basically. I think that works, but I think it only works up until a certain level, up until 100K a month. From that point onwards, to get to $1 million a month with high profit margins, you need to have a standardized way of approaching it. This doesn't mean that you have a messy business, a business that's difficult to run, or a boring business. It just means you're following a different model, okay? So you don't force students into a new offer just to make more sales. The second thing you don't want to do is you don't want to mess up your profit margins. You don't want them decreasing or getting messy. And the third thing is you don't want to give the prospects 5 different offers to choose from. How many times have we seen someone's Linktree or Standstore, and you just know that coach is only making up until 50K a month. They're not making more than that, because this is very confusing. You need a standardized way. All of the coaches you see making multiple 7 figures a month, they have this ascension funnel. It's just when you go deeper into it, you can actually dissect it. So why create an ascension funnel? Because you can increase the lifetime value of a client by upselling them on the back end. Instead of providing 5 different solutions at once, you give every student one solution at the start. Once they get value from that and their life changes, you present them the new offer. This is why an ascension funnel is a very natural way of providing more value to students and making more money with your business. So here's how it works, okay? So let's use a UGC coach as an example. Now, the first thing you need to do is become very clear on the end outcome each student will get from your front-end offer. Let's say your front-end offer is a $5,000 group coaching program. Now, what is the end outcome each student will get? It shouldn't be the deliverables. So how many weekly calls they get, how many times they get access to a head coach, the type of material they get access to, all of that is bullshit, okay? You need to be very specific. So it could be helping the student from this offer that you're selling, get them earning $5,000 every month landing brand deals. So once the student achieves this, they've successfully completed the 5K group coaching program that you have. So after that point, right, and with the very natural nature of business, when you get to a new level, there's always new problems. So what got this student to $5,000 a month signing these brand deals, it will not get them to $25,000 a month. Okay. So this new result of getting a student to $25,000 a month, it requires some form of different education implementation from you as the coach or your coaching business, something that's not currently in the 5K offer. So your front end 5K group coaching offer, it cannot offer, well, it does not offer the educational implementation needed to get the student to 25K a month. And so this is when you open up a new offer on the back end that's higher ticket than the initial bite that they took, so the $5,000 on the front end. And this new offer gets them to 25K a month. Wow. I'll move back. Okay, cool. So yeah, you see where I'm going with this, because once they get to 25K a month, then you can open up another higher ticket offer on the back end to get them to 100K a month. So essentially, the reason you're naturally building this ascension out is once a student gets value from the first one, they'll move on to the next offer and the next offer, and it gets more and more expensive for them to invest in, right? So, and this is why it's important, because with these offers, you're literally changing the student's life. And I promise you, because it's happened to me as well, and I've done it, to clients as well, as long as you keep delivering on each offer, they will keep paying you whatever it is that your cost is. Because you've built that trust and connection with them on the first offer, you got them to 5K a month. Now you're saying, look, I can get you to 25K a month. This is what we're going to do differently, which is currently not in that offer. What do you think? And they will go on to it and their life will change. Okay. This is literally that. And so there's many different ways in which you can structure this ascension funnel. So you can have a front end low ticket $27 offer and then upsell them onto a back end 5K offer. This $27 offer could be a paid ticket to a webinar, could be an ebook, a PDF, could be whatever. Okay. Or you can have a front end $500 offer mid ticket and then upsell onto a back end 5K offer, or the front end 5K offer upsell onto a back end 15K offer. Let's just touch on this a bit more. So on a front end 5K offer, you can sell that D2C, just payment link, they buy from the website, or you can do it through a sales core funnel. And something I've not written here, but something you can do is if you're selling it D2C, right, as part of buying this 5K offer, one of the deliverables can be you'll get a one-to-one free onboarding call with one of our head coaches. And that onboarding call is your opportunity to upsell this client straight away onto a 15K offer. That's one way you can do it. If you're selling the 5K offer front end through a sales call, we're not going to go through this in this video, but there's various ways in which you can ascend them onto a back end offer. That might be my next video, actually. In other words, there's many ways you can do this. So here's why it increases profit margin, okay? So you need to understand that when you're selling this offer, on the front end, you collected $5,000 cash collected, okay? But that's not the actual profit, because you have to minus the cost per acquisition, the ads, the sales cost, the sales dialers, closes, the manager, because they take a commission, a base fee, the fulfillment costs, so the client success managers you have, the head coaches. Profit basically comes after all of that, after minusing refunds, minusing payment processor fees, etc. That's where profit comes in. Now, imagine you didn't have a back-end offer. Okay, let's just say this. That means that in order to acquire a client, you have these fixed costs. And so your profit margin is basically going to be the same. But if you introduce a back-end offer and now you get them to pay you an additional $15,000 on the back end, which you cash collect, you didn't have to pay any additional ads. There's no additional cost per acquisition. So let's say you spent $250 to acquire this client. Well, for them to pay another 15K, they don't need to, because if they've paid you once, they're more likely to pay you again, and you don't have to spend more to acquire them again, right? And this is why those coaching businesses making millions a month compared to those like under 100K per month is because they're not just scaling the front end, they're scaling the back end, okay? So zero additional CPA. You can also reduce the sales and fulfillment costs on the upsells you do on the back end. There's very specific ways in which you can do this, which I won't touch in this video, and generally higher profit margins. So if you structure your front end correctly and your back end correctly, and bear in mind, this is just one upsell on the back end, you can have more as well. And of course, not 100% of your students from the front end offer are going to invest in your back end offer, but a percentage will. Let's just say a modest 10% of students do. Okay, so with every 1 in 10 students that you sign onto your front end offer will go onto your back end offer as well, and you just keep expanding this ladder. And so, what your job as the coach is to provide sick front end results and have a very clear back end ascension strategy in place that puts the students first. It's not just you trying to make money and trying to scale, it's you providing immense value to the student where they will invest in the next offer and the next offer. Doesn't matter. And sometimes, if the front end offer was group coaching, the first back and upsell, it might not be one-to-one coaching. It could be something completely different. Use your creativity, right? But the whole point being the offer must provide different deliverables or something different educational implementation wise to get them to that next level. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a bloody course, a PDF, one consulting call. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So if you model your mechanics correctly, you will get to $1 million a month with 50% plus profit margins. Make sure you have the right team. You hire correctly. You don't like over dilute yourself right at the beginning, because otherwise that's going to be a terrible business. So that being said, if you're an online coach, you want to get to low, mid, high six figures or seven figures per month with high profit margins, at least 50% with your coaching business, then you can book in a 15-minute call with me down below and I'll see if you're qualified, just find out more about your business, see if there's anything that you have bottleneck wise that we can solve and scale you to that next level. So that being said, I hope this video was useful. Feel free to subscribe, go to my Instagram, drop a follow. And yeah, if you want to book in a call down below, if you think you qualify, then we'll go from there. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.